Hi, how are you? I hope you have a very nice day. This video is going to be about protein. So where do you get your protein as a vegan, a raw vegan, or a vegetarian? And I want to say it's super easy to get your protein when you're vegan, vegetarian, or raw vegan, because then everything is protein. So if you eat a carrot, there's protein. If you eat an apple, there's protein. If you eat wheat, there's protein. So in every food is protein, and actually to have a protein deficiency is quite unusual, and only the people who suffer anorexia might have a protein deficiency. So protein deficiency is very rare. So it's actually quite interesting to know that it's most of the times not about the quantity but more about the quality, because you can get a lot of protein, for example, cooked meat or cooked dairy products. However, your body might not be able to absorb those protein sources very well, and so it's basically no use for you. For example, when you cook an egg, you see that the structure is changing. First, before cooking the egg is very clear, and after cooking, the egg is very white and it has completely changed the way it looks. And it's the same with protein, because protein is basically like a necklace of very small amino acids, and in order to absorb those proteins and to use those proteins, our body has to cut this necklace and basically use the small amino acids and basically absorb them. However, when we cook, for example, meat or dairy products or eggs, etc., this necklace changes its structure, and so our body cannot really cut the necklace and use those small amino acids. So it's quite interesting to understand that actually when you cook your proteins, this can cause damage as well, because excess protein can damage our kidneys. So what I would recommend for you is to just focus on great protein sources from plants that are raw. For example, eat more fruit and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables are a great source of protein, and if you still fear of not getting enough protein, you can eat a lot of leafy greens, like spinach has a lot of protein, and yeah, you will get enough protein. And the next thing is maybe just to know how much protein some plants have. For example, peanuts have about 24 grams of protein, tofu has about 15 grams of protein, spinach has about 3.2 grams of protein, and maize has about 9.2 grams of protein. So if you're still afraid of the quantity of protein, you can still eat a lot of plants, because some plants have more protein than meat. And the next and the last thing that I want to share with you is some very interesting fact, because our mother milk has only about 1.2 grams of protein per 100 milliliter, which is very slow. No, not slow, but very small quantity. And I think it's super interesting, because when we are babies and very small children, this is when we have to grow the most, and we actually need the most protein to grow and to function well. And just mother milk shows us that our quantity is not that high that we need. And I think it's super interesting from the industry to show us that we need a lot of protein, especially if you want to gain a lot of muscle. However, this is not the case, and in my opinion, it's a lot of marketing structure or an advertisement just to sell protein bars and protein powders and stuff like this. In my opinion, this is absolutely not necessary, and actually quite contrary, very bad to your health. So I hope I could help you in any way, shape or form. And maybe to me, I don't eat meat for over 6 years now, and I never had a protein deficiency whatsoever, and I do a lot of sports and it still works very well. And yeah, I hope I could help you. And if you have any questions about the vegan or the raw vegan or vegetarian lifestyle, just ask me and I will answer them. And I wish you a very nice day. So goodbye.